fathers, sons, brothers, from the daily grind to the battles within. This is where real stories are told. A place where the silent struggles are given a voice, where the unspoken truths are laid bare. No holds barred. Brace yourself. This is Men on Record. It's more than just talk. It's a man thing.
Good evening and welcome. This is Hope TV, Hope FM, and all the social media platforms. This is Men on Record, and here we discuss everything and anything that touches on men. And this is a safe space. This is where men congregate and we are able to discuss and even carry each and every man along in as far as finding solutions to the different challenges that we face as men. It is the 26th day of February 2026, a beautiful, beautiful Friday evening, and we are coming to you live from the Kenyan capital. This is Nairobi, and we are glad that you could find time to join us from wherever you are tuned in from. Maybe you are watching us, listening to us, or following us from within the +254 boundaries. Thank you so very much. And those who are further afield, we also thank you so very much for choosing Hope Media. And so it is time for Men on Record, for it is a man's thing. And so karibu sana to the episode. My name is George Gishoro, your host for the evening, this being the last Friday of this month of February. And indeed, we can only but thank God because of his goodness and his faithfulness as he has carried us through from the beginning of the month, the beginning of the year. Can you believe it? We are coming to the end of the second month, and very soon we will be talking about the first quarter having lapsed. And so we thank him for his goodness and his faithfulness. And so karibu sana from wherever you are tuned in from. This is the show that brings all men, from the different backgrounds as well, different ages. And so if you are young, you are middle-aged, if you are old, this is the show just for you. And you can catch us on Hope FM. This is the station where you listen and live. You can get us on Hope TV, where you look and live, and also across all our social media platforms, Hope FM Live, and also Hope TV Kenya. You can also interact with us on our WhatsApp numbers. They are on your screen, and you can get us on 0717 400 555, or you can also get us on 0708 222 323. And this is just but a reminder that today's episode, Men on Record, is brought to you courtesy of Outspan Serenity Center, Nyeri. And this is a fully registered mental health and drug rehab center, which is operating for over 1 year. And it is very much compliant with KMPDC and NACADA regulations. And the good thing is that Outspan Serenity Center, Nyeri, provide comprehensive mental health services, rehab programs, counseling, and psychosocial support, which is delivered by a qualified multidisciplinary team. And their core programs, they include addiction, individual, group, family, and spiritual counseling, debriefing, Alcoholics and Anonymous support groups, and also all the other support groups that also come in handy for the families. And also they do offer intensive outpatient, standard outpatient, and inpatient residential programs. The good thing also, if you have a SHA card, they are able to accept the same insurance and cash payments. And I know you would want to get more information. They have a team that is waiting for you. So you can call this number 0741 354 732. That is 0741 354 732. Or better yet, why don't you visit their website, www.outspanhospital.org. Outspan Serenity Center, providing holistic mental health solutions. And so we can go straight to the day's conversation. And today it is a very important conversation, one that many of us as men are grappling with, one that one way or the other we have encountered this challenge. And it is the challenge of mental well-being, mental health between, or rather for men, whichever age group we are coming from. I know at some point we have grappled, we have fought with mental health issues, and that is is the conversation that we are having. And you can be part of this conversation, as I indicated earlier. And so, without further ado, allow me to welcome the guests who I'm having in studio this evening, gentlemen who are ready to share their their experiences. They have also gone, I believe, through the same at some point in their lives. And also, they have interacted with different men from different backgrounds, different age groups, and the many challenges that we go through as men and how we can be able to overcome the same. And the challenge that we keep being reminded as men is that we are not so open. We don't like to be vulnerable. And then at that point of need, we just find ourselves alone and we feel that no one really cares. But they will be sharing with us the importance of being vulnerable, the importance of opening up. It is not a sign of weakness, not at all, but it is a sign of strength. So allow me to welcome the gentlemen. They are waiting with bated breath to be able to share their expertise and also the knowledge they carry as well. And so allow me to start from the far left. Good evening.
Evening.
Karibu sana.
Asante sana.
And it's good to have you on Men on Record this evening.
Pleasure.
For the sake of our listener, our viewer this evening, maybe a brief introduction of yourself.
My name is Richard Macharia.
Yes.
I'm the program coordinator Outspan Center Nyeri. And it's a pleasure to be here.
Karibu sana, and it's a joy to have you join us this evening. And amenikaribia sana. Maybe the next time you will be the host. Karibu sana to Men on Record this evening.
Amen.
Karibu.
Asante sana. My name is Kahindo Gacago.
Yes.
My friends call me Harrison.
Mm-hmm.
I am a clinical psychologist.
Yes.
I work at Outspan Teaching and Referral Hospital.
Yes.
It's a level 5 hospital
Mm-hmm.
in Nyeri.
Yes.
We are the champions of mental health in the region,
Mm-hmm.
and we pride in that.
Yeah.
And we are very happy to bring this gospel to Nairobi.
Yes.
We are glad it's up and running already.
All right.
Thank you.
Karibu sana. And so you can be part of this conversation as well. Use all the platforms that you feel comfortable using. Also, we are live on our YouTube channel. And so you can utilize the comment section and you can drop any comment, any clarity that you would want clarified, any query that you could be having. And I believe the gentlemen with us in studio will be helping us with this. Allow us to start off. And for me, one of the biggest problem that I see with us as men is that we don't want to be seen as weak. And because I don't want to be seen as GG that I am weak, despite everything that I am going through, I am afraid to come out and share what I am going through. Mm-hmm. Why do you think, and how can society help men as we advocate for men to be vulnerable? Because I believe when you're vulnerable and you're able to share whatever you are going through, we are halfway through in terms of finding a solution. Richard.
Yeah. So what I would say, is one, the biggest mistake that has been is that as men grow up, we are given these blanket statements. Men don't cry.
Yeah.
Men solve their own issues, that private matters are not to be shared.
Yeah.
And this has led to men taking vulnerability to be weakness.
Yeah.
And this is what is leading to the stigma that we are talking about.
Yeah.
That men think that they are not supposed to show any emotion.
Yeah.
And personally, as I know that it takes quite some strength to open up.
Yeah.
And we also know that there is no way that people are not mind readers and cannot tell what you are thinking at any one given time.
Yeah.
So the best way to help yourself is by seeking help when you need help.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you find yourself going down the rabbit hole.
Yeah.
And this is what leads to a lot of the mental health issues that you find. And I think Kahindo will continue a bit more and tell you about what goes into the clinical part of it.
Yeah.
But when it comes to my side of things, I know that when it comes to faith, it doesn't mean that there is nowhere in the Bible that it advocates for a man to hide their emotion.
Yes.
Actually, we know that we say that the spirit is formed of the mind, the will, and the emotion. So
Yes.
we have to accept that the emotion is part of everything.
Yeah.
So I think that is the biggest problem, that we grow up hearing these blanket statements, and they come from a point of authority, maybe your father, maybe your mother, maybe your uncles. So you take them as gospel, and you grow knowing this. So I think that is what is bringing this stigma all around.
Yeah, Kahindo, I know growing up, I don't know about the two of you, but I know there are so many people who can relate with this particular analogy or a memory, because growing up, I remember even when a boy falls, maybe they are playing football, maybe they are riding their bike and all, and they fall and they bruise their knees or their limbs and all. The father or the guardian, including the mom, would be very quick to tell them, we unalia nini? Don't you know mwanaume hafai kulia? And so from a very young age, what we are building in this child is that you are actually not supposed to express your emotions. Explain to us the dangers of that, because I believe that is where the genesis of the problems that we are facing as men begins and began, in that the people, our parents, our guardians, our teachers even, they would tell us, hey, chief, we ni mwanaume. Wanaume hawali. Wanaume, they don't express their feelings, and they are supposed to suppress their emotions. What are the dangers of that, and how can we be able, and should we actually try to stop that cycle? Yeah.
Thank you. You've asked a very good question.
Yeah.
First, the one that encompasses this discussion and this conversation.
Yes.
And it's from these beautiful words that have been coined: strong on the outside, weak in the inside.
Yeah.
And we can all, as a society, as a community, as a nation, agree to that as true. So when we agree to that as true, it's because this is coming from, it's being informed by how we are seeing men, maybe frail in how their productivity at work, maybe what they are battling. If we are looking at the global statistics, we are seeing men who are less seeking in when it comes to health issues and maybe care, but we are seeing the rise in the suicidal cases. So we can say these narratives that has been sold to men about not seeking help, not openly admitting that they are vulnerable, it's actually harming them, other than as opposed to protecting them. And I mean protecting their frame as men, and I mean protecting their status as men in the society, and I mean protecting the status of the man as a father or a husband in the house. It is at the expense of protecting that status, the man is breaking. And this will eventually come to be seen. They will maybe become more irritable, more detached to the family, to the kids, withdrawn in the society, in the church. We are not seeing them. And even in public places. Go to clubs and you'll find that we are not seeing men. And then you'll ask that question, wanaume wameacha pombe ama ni nini, where are they? There's this sort of things, maybe asociality, detaching from community, isolating, withdrawing, and all sort of things, which eventually will lead to mental health disorders as a way of maybe of coping, or maybe that has come up as maybe inability to thrive. That would be like depression, anxiety, and all that.
Richard, the role of a man in society is such a huge one. That when you have a bruised man, when you have an unstable man, then that place will be chaotic. And from the family level, because if you have this man who is unstable, who is very much irritable, even the society will be ruined. Talk to us about the importance and this one I'm now trying to look at it in terms of how we redefine strength, because In the past, we have been told that strength is suppressing emotions. Strength is solving your own issues in isolation. Help us now to redefine this strength in terms of what does real strength look like from where you sit?
George, when I think about what a real man should be,
Yes.
what strength from a real man should be, I would say that strength from a real man should be having the courage to be vulnerable. It should also be come from having the wisdom to seek for help.
Yeah.
And finally, having the faith to believe that you are never meant to do it alone. These are things that you need to understand as a man, that it is not weakness to come home and say, I had a hard day. That you sit down and tell your wife or your children, I do not have all the answers. To tell them that I need help. These are not signs of weakness.
No.
These are signs of a strong man, of a man that knows that there is no one on this earth that has all the answers. And that is, in one way, acknowledging that we have to give glory to God.
Yeah.
Because he is the only one who knows the beginning from the end, because he's the Alpha and the Omega.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we have to agree that a real man, from the Bible, biblically speaking, we see parts in Psalms. We see raw grief, we see anger, we see David lamenting, we see him question. Yet this man is the same man that is written and is termed to be a man after God's own heart.
True.
So in the biblical sense, a man is not supposed to suppress his emotions. We also see this in where we see Jesus wept. This is a very, very strong point, because this is the Son of God.
True.
This is the Son of God, and he weeps. That shows that emotion is part of humanity.
Yeah.
So a real man should know that showing emotion is not a sign of weakness.
Yeah.
That being vulnerable is actually being courageous, because you are putting your heart out there.
Yeah.
You are letting somebody else in. And that is a sign of someone who knows that he is not in charge of anything. Yeah, we are all here to do something else.
True. I wish you would speak and allow me to say this. Speak to the society, and by the society on this one I mean especially wives, especially mothers and daughters. The women who are in our lives as men, because many a times I would want to share something with my wife. I would want to share and be open and be as vulnerable as I can with my wife in terms of what I'm going through, in my business, that business is not doing well, that in my office, things are haywire. But then again, one, I may not know how she will react. Number two, I don't know how safe I am and how safe my emotions are with her, in that she believes I'm macho, and I should be able to solve anything and everything. And so talk to the women in our lives. I know they are listening. I know they are watching. How important is it for them to be there to comfort us and to offer that shoulder to lean on?
Let me. I know this is a tricky subject.
Very tricky, but we have to address it.
So I'll start with this. That we all know of the saying, and I actually believe it, that home is a person. And for us men, our home should. When you think of home, you should be thinking
next week
who is waiting for you at home. The structure is a house. The people within the house are the ones who make it a home. If you make it such that the man wants to come back home because he knows he can come and cry on your shoulder and not have to go to the bar or the club to look for his friends who he can now not even tell what the problem is, but commiserate, commiserate. That every time that the man walks into the house or into the home, he's not met by more problems.
But
hata give him at least 15 minutes to sit down, hata wekele miguu juu kidogo.
Yeah.
Let him know that when he gets home, that he is in a safe space.
Yeah.
In that way, he will rush back home. I've seen this with a number of men, that they will rush home because they know that is where they get their comfort from.
Yeah.
But if you keep on showing that the man of the house, that the only thing he's good for is problem solving, then he'll even solve issues that are not meant to be solved. You might want to just talk and vent, but he keeps on giving you solutions to everything, and it ends up being a problem.
So the ladies out there, wives, daughters, sisters, and all, welcome your husbands, your fathers, your brothers. Tell them it is well, it will be well. Yes, today things didn't work out well, but tomorrow is another day and things will pan out better and well. Don't welcome them with a lot of noise and, good for nothing, all those words that you use. But I know those who are watching are not using those words. But anyway, Hilary.
George.
Yes.
Can I add something?
Please go ahead.
Yeah?
Yes.
So, I don't have a wife, but he has said beautiful things. I am now thinking of getting one.
Yes.
I hope I get the one he has described.
Yes.
So I want to say two things. Yeah.
All right.
First is an emotionally regulated man will always attract as the ladies, and I don't mean in some other context. I mean, this will become a leader, and this will obviously lead even in the home setting. So if it's a woman, you wouldn't wish a man who is not emotionally regulated will not be able to lead at his work, will not be able to lead in the community, and will also not be able to lead in the home setting. So an emotionally regulated man is someone who is aware, who is able to process the emotions. Because we have been sold this narrative again, and like when we see a young boy, like you were saying, akianguka, we kijana hali amka, jipanguze, tembea, unaona endelea na maisha. We are not teaching these boys strength. When we are doing that, we are teaching them suppression. We are teaching them not to process emotions, and we are telling them to suppress these emotions, and we end up treating emotions as men as our enemies. And maybe we are only being asked to read the messages, because emotions are actually messages. What's the communication? What am I learning from this about myself or about everything I'm going through?
Talk to us about the dangers of suppressing emotions for a long time.
Good. It's like when you bury a seed that is not boiled. That seed is live. It is not boiled. It is live. So it will germinate, even if it's in thorny soil, or sandy soil, or anywhere. It will grow. This is what happens when we bury unprocessed emotions and feelings. It does not die. And our bodies do not forget. These will manifest as other things. We know the language of the body. If I'm hungry, I'll feel some hunger. I'll feel some thirst. If I am aching somewhere, I'll feel the pain. That's the language of the body. There's the language of the spirit. In French, rohoniana area, or the spirit is saying, it's communicating that gut feeling. This is right, this is wrong. But as men, we don't know the language of the mind. Or maybe we neglect to listen to the mind. And these are the emotions, the messages I'm talking about. So what are the dangers? That sometimes we'll have frequent hospital visits for the wrong maybe clinical conditions. Maybe that would be hypertension, or maybe some other back pains or headaches and everything. And we'll want the clinician or the physician to see it as you see it. I am having actual back pains. I'm having migraines that won't go. I am having this chronic fatigue. Would I be diabetic or something like that?
Yeah, yeah.
So we'll see deterioration in health, because stress is the mother of all illnesses.
Yeah.
Almost illnesses.
Yeah.
We'll see decline, I said, at work, productivity. We'll see issues in the society, at home, and we'll see, like I was saying, irritability. This suppression will also bring detachment. That's when you'll see the kids are closest to the mother.
Yeah.
But who is the provider?
It's the dad.
The dad. The dad will have paid all the school fees,
yes.
put them through school and college. But at the end of the day, who takes the glory? The mother.
Yeah.
So sometimes,
it's because of that detachment.
Yes,
So
and
it's important to be involved and get attached.
And this is the time the man probably is approaching retirement and does not have a home to go because he didn't help put up the home. Because a home is not just the resources and everything that you have. It's the people and their attachment and the relationship that you have with that people.
Yeah. Before we take our first break, Richard, statistics are showing us that very few men are actually seeking help. But yet the suicide rate amongst men is on the rise. How can you explain that disparity?
Well, if you don't seek for help, then you expect, as Kahindo has rightly put it, that the pressure will build.
Yeah.
And when pressure builds, it will explode. It will look for a way out.
Yeah.
So this is where we find that most men are at right now. That as we were looking at some of the research, we saw that 77%, around almost 80% of all suicides are from men.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's almost 80%.
Almost 80% of all suicides is men.
Yeah.
So you find that just by them not seeking help, they, as Kahindo has said, suppress and repress. And all this will come, and you find that these pent up emotions are what come out as anger.
Yeah.
Comes out in rage fits, comes out in substance use disorders.
Yeah.
All because of this repressed emotion.
Yeah.
So that is why you find that men who the volume of men who are seeking for help is low, but the suicide rate is so high. That is just it.
Right. And so once you suppress, you don't express your emotions and you're suppressing them, indeed, it is a seed that you are planting. And one day, one time, it will have to germinate and bear fruits. But the question is, what kind of fruits will it be bearing? And that's why we are talking about rage. That's why we are talking about anger. It manifests in ways, and even at times, in times you did not expect, for the same to come out. This is Men on Record. Thank you so very much. This evening we are talking about men and mental well-being and mental wellness in men. And we are hosting these amazing gentlemen who are coming to us this evening, all the way from Nyeri. And we are talking about Outspan Serenity Center, Nyeri. And it is a fully registered mental health and drug rehab center operating for over 1 year. And it is very much compliant with KMPDC and NACADA regulations. They provide comprehensive mental health services, rehab programs, counseling, and also psychosocial support, which is delivered by a qualified multidisciplinary team. They accept SHA, insurance, and cash payments. And so if you are looking for help in as far as mental well-being, mental wellness is concerned, you can reach them. For more information, call this number 0741 354 732. That is 0741 354 732. Or better yet, as we are taking this break, why don't you check them out on their website, www.outspanhospital.org. Outspan Serenity Center, they are providing holistic mental health solutions. Be part of this conversation. Hope FM Live, Hope TV Kenya, across all our social media platforms. Use the comment section on our YouTube page. You can also use the WhatsApp number 0717 400 555 or 0708 222 323. We take a short break and then come back and pick up this conversation.
next week on Hope Devotion.
Our core attention, the most important thing for a believer is sitting at the feet of Jesus and hearing from him. What is all about? Developing depths, cultivating relationship with God.
Join Pastor Jamlik Munyasia as he shares the word of God on the topic intimacy with Christ.
Remember how you are committed in seeking the face of God when you are jobless, fasting, praying, sowing seeds, looking for men of God to support you, serving on the altar, singing in choir. What happened after God answered your prayers? As God increases in your life, decrease. I decrease so that you can increase, Lord. As God increases in your life, decrease.
Start your day with hope every morning from 6 a.m. to 7 a.m. and repeat from 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. Hope TV, look and live.
Rafiki soul is the promise of a hand that reaches and goes beyond what angaza tumaini kote. I'm forever grateful. Ninashukuru ukarimu, ukarimu. I'm forever grateful. Ninashukuru ukarimu, ukarimu. Rafiki so is a promise of a hand that reaches and goes beyond what angaza tumaini kote. I'm forever grateful. Ninashukuru ukarimu, ukarimu. I'm forever grateful. Ninashukuru ukarimu, ukarimu. Rafiki mso. You are eminently glorious, immaculately beautiful.
Join Minister Wamboi Kibuku
Going on and on and on and on and on and on.
this Sunday for a moment of worship on Ultimate Worship. From 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. and repeat from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. Hope TV, look and live.
And welcome back. This is Men on Record right here at Hope TV, Hope FM, and across all our social media platforms. Keep the interaction, keep the conversation going, and we appreciate and value every feedback that we are receiving. Thank you so very much. Just some shout outs to some people who are tuned in this evening. James Kimani, very informative and joining in this evening. Thank you. Lynette Wanjiro, listening from Riyadh, and sound and picture very much okay. Job Omwaka is also listening in. Purity Tigadhoni writes in, good discussion. Thank you. Kim Shege, ready to learn. Wairimo Kuma, awesome. I'm following the show. Jeff Mwesh also saying following as well. Chengecha Faith says, I am watching Charles Kirombe, Men on Record. Fantastic inspiration. Men on Record, I'm watching live from Langata. That is Shilausa Brain. Thank you so very much. Lydia Wangoi is also tuned in this evening from Kinyona, Kangare, tuned in to the show. Keep the conversation going. Keep the clarifications and the questions coming as well, so that we are able to help a man who is in distress somewhere, a man who needs help as well. And yes, we are here to do exactly that. My name is George Gishoro, and this evening's episode is sponsored by Outspan Serenity Center in Nyeri, and their core programs include addiction, individual, group, family, and spiritual counseling, debriefing, Alcoholics Anonymous support groups, and even groups for families as well. And so you can reach them because they also offer intensive outpatient, standard outpatient, and also inpatient residential programs. They accept SHA, insurance, and cash payments. And so you can reach them on 0741 354 732, or you can visit their website, www.outspanhospital.org. Outspan Serenity Center, they are providing holistic mental health solutions. Gentlemen, welcome back from the break.
Thank you.
Hilary, you had mentioned something, and let's talk of therapy. Because that is one word that so many of us as men are allergic to. We fear that word, therapy. Therapy. You know, we say therapy is for women. Therapy is for children. For men, sisi hatuendi therapy. Sisi wanasemanga, you know, also where I come from, wanasemanga mwanaume ni wajua na Mungu wake. That is what is unfortunately the misleading adage out there. Talk to us of the importance and the power of therapy.
Right. Thank you, George. I'll begin to say therapy. This is psychological counseling.
Yes.
As opposed to just advice giving, guidance. Probably where it has failed in men is, or maybe has not really been taken up by men, is maybe men, by what we've been talking about, the fear of maybe sharing out, vulnerability, because they may be seen. They're not able to say this is professional and this is just talk. So they think also going to be seen by, even let's say the psychologist is a man, I'll be seen by this man as a lesser man, or maybe I'll be seen by this woman who is a therapist also as a lesser man. This is the issue of ego, because men want to carry it, and they carry it so well until they can't do it for long. So therapy is not for weak people. There are forms of therapy that also men go to.
All right.
That would be alcohol. But then we ask the question, is it it affects their health? Is it like a long-term solution?
No, it's not.
They'll go
it actually adds more problems.
Wataenda kwa hiyo jua. That means like they will go ile nini, wataenda kupigana na hizo mashida, kiburi, ile tu ya mwanaume, but for how long? That is maybe their definition of therapy. But there is this also soft way, and this is talking, this is sharing, this is more like confession. Therapy is your way of like saying or admitting to a problem that this, it is not so huge, I cannot speak about it. This is not so big that is unspeakable of. By this just action of just saying, I am going through a hard time. My wife has been beating me up. I am having trouble managing my finances. That is admitting, and it's also an act of surrender. You cannot fight what you don't know. you cannot cast what you're not you've not revealed.
Yeah.
So therapy is a safe space. Safe, I mean confidential. You know, the person you're talking with or you're sharing to will not share it anywhere else, and you'll be seen. Secondly, it's a brave space. This means is somewhere you'll talk and you'll share without feeling like you're being judged, because you're with a professional who is impartial. The problem is men have sought therapy actually, maybe from men, and not the formal therapy. I mean, like, let's say chatting, kuongea hapa. And when they did, probably they were shut down when they maybe tried to expose or maybe reveal what they are going through, and what they meet with, maybe criticism from a fellow man, or maybe a way of being belittled by that man, or maybe they didn't, or maybe they didn't feel listened to. There is a tendency that people listen because they are waiting for you to stop talking, so that they're listening, so you stop talking and then they pick on from there, they can talk. Or maybe they're listening to you so that once you've given what you wanted to share, then they can share their opinion. Because when they are sharing as a man, maybe a man is listening to a man and they're sharing, and then starts to give you their opinion or how you should go about it, that man feels more of a man. But the man who was coming from a point of vulnerability will maybe feel ashamed or maybe feel intimidated.
Richard, if you can talk to us, because there's so many of us, especially those of us who are in church, and when once we hear depression, we hear mental breakdown, mental even depression and anxiety, we say it's a lack of faith, and how do we marry faith and professional counseling, and how can the two work together?
First of all, in Proverbs 11:14, it says, in the multitude of counselors is great wisdom. Right there and then it says everything. Actually, it's very funny how he chooses the words counselors. And this is a book that we say is a book of wisdom.
True.
So it means that sharing your problems is wisdom. At the same time, you see in Galatians 6:2, where it clearly says we should bear each other's burdens. So we see that biblically that this suppression is not there. It's not there. It actually shows that we should be each other's keeper. We should be able to open up to each other. That we should help each other to be able to overcome whatever is ailing us. So I repeat yet again that being vulnerable is not a weakness, and also it is not a betrayal of your faith. Actually, what is the problem also is that there's a lot of people who do not read the Bible for themselves. They do not know what is actually in the Bible. And therefore, they just take those things that they hear out there as gospel. And we see very well in James, we are told faith without action is dead. So you cannot just, if you look at so many of the stories in the Bible, people pray, then do something about it. So you pray for help because you know that the Lord is the one with all the answers. Then do something about it. Seek help.
And picking it up from there, Harrison, maybe you can talk to us about how can churches and community, that is faith-based communities, be a safer space for men who are going through mental breakdowns and they are seeking help. How can those institutions be safer spaces?
Okay. By first offering practical solutions.
Yeah.
This is what I mean.
All right.
It could still be safety if people come and whatever, maybe they're having a condition or maybe they are distressed, and you spiritualize and maybe say, let's pray about it, let's fast about it. May feel safe, sindio? But is it practical in the long term? If we are able to integrate this and see that therapy or maybe counseling is not coming to conflict spirituality,
No, it's just complementing.
it's coming to complement
Yeah.
spirituality.
Yeah.
Because informed minds will have informed faith, people of informed faith,
Yeah.
and also informed spirituality,
Yeah.
and they are more easier to govern, easier to lead, and easier to shepherd.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. If we keep throwing words, and at times I feel at times we don't even understand what we are talking about. If you would help us, I don't know who is, but I believe you are both capable. So whoever picks it is okay. When we talk of depression and anxiety, clinically speaking, what are we talking about? So that maybe there is a man who is listening in this evening, and they thought, "Mi niko sawa tu." But if we define and we get to understand what we are talking about, maybe we to start
All right.
of seeking help.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll start with depression.
Yes.
And I'll give two main symptoms
Okay.
or indicators. And this is persistent loss of interest in activities. There's a job you've been doing,
Yeah.
you are not interested anymore. There is something you've been tending to. Let's say you have a project, Kamuru Joska, but you're not interested anymore.
Yeah.
You have a business you've been running, you don't even show up to see how it's going.
Yeah.
You have a construction that's going on, hujatembelea hata mafundi, we unawalipa tu.
Yeah.
Loss of interest in activities,
Yeah.
and also pleasurable activities.
Yeah. Yeah.
Second symptom is a persistent feeling of low mood, or feeling of hopelessness, helplessness,
Yeah.
and also feeling like you are depressed,
Yeah.
low mood. If that has been, let's say, for a period of 2 weeks or more than a month, then you are, or we would say, you're close to having a depressive illness or a depressive kind of thing.
Yeah.
Anxiety is defined as simply the fear of unknown. What might go wrong? What will go wrong? What am I not doing right?
Yeah.
The self-doubt. If this will fail, this will work. And these are, you'll see symptoms like loss of sleep,
Yeah.
inability to initiate sleep, or inability to maintain sleep. Even after you've been able to initiate sleep, you're not able to keep asleep. You'll have issues, maybe bloating, constipation.
Yeah. Yeah.
You will always be feeling like on edge, nervous, and this fear of something wrong going to happen,
Yeah.
something very awful going to happen. And to score that this is maybe an anxiety disorder or maybe something of such,
Yeah.
is where we see a significant decline in functionality, or maybe it is affecting your day in, day out activities or functioning.
Yeah.
That would be depression, anxiety, or and there are also other mental health disorders, like PTSD, substance use disorders, and other disorders.
Yeah. Richard, if you could help us, especially as men, so that we can, the importance of normalizing a mental checkup. You know, we have normalized every other checkup, medical checkup, but we have really not embraced mental medical checkup. How important is it, and how can we actually normalize that?
We usually say at Outspan that mental health is health. So it does not take a second seat.
No.
It's not secondary.
No.
We at Outspan, we keep saying that we check on the holistic aspect of everything.
Yeah.
So we speak about looking at the physical, we look at mental, we also go as far as checking on the spiritual aspect of things. So we have to realize that we cannot put mental health as a second. Right now, if you ask people in the field, they will tell you that now that we are coming to understand lifestyle diseases, cancers and such, then the next big thing that is already with us is mental health. People are really suffering from mental health disorders. So we need to put these on the front burner, that we need to address it as soon as possible. And we need to make these centers available for all to be able to go for a checkup, and for anyone to be able to get services that they require. And also for men to know that, as Kahindo has said, the people that you meet there are licensed and are professionals. So you are not going there for anyone to judge you, because we find that most men do not not seek help because they don't have a problem. But they seek help. They don't seek help because they are afraid of the judgment, judgment that comes from their co-workers, the judgment that comes from their family, the judgment that comes from communities as a whole. So we cannot just put mental health as secondary. Mental health is just as important as physical health. So mental health is health. Yes.
Thank you for that, and thank you to everyone who is also joining us on our TikTok platform. Thank you so very much. Brenda Atieno, I see you. Thank you so very much. Annabelle, who is also telling us and reminding us that mental health indeed matters. Thank you so much. Kate Joyful is also in. Sir David, men must be strong both inside and also outside. And thank you to the community on our TikTok platform as well. As we are almost coming to the close of our conversation this morning, or rather this evening, I don't know why I insist on morning, and yet it's evening. In your experience, what really happens when as a man, I delay asking for help?
When I delay asking for help,
as a man, yes.
What really happens? You will see. Let's break it down. When I delay asking for help, that means maybe I'll struggle at night to sleep because maybe that day was hard, or maybe I had an arrogant boss. So I'll go to bed late thinking, what was I told? Did that man really think of me like that? Why did that secretary talk that rudely to me? Then I'll not sleep well. In the morning, I'll wake up quite fatigued and exhausted. I'll probably sleep on my desk. I'll maybe not feel very energized to do anything. So I'll go on like that and end up having maybe not a very nice day. Let's not forget about that night. When you're feeling like that, probably you are not able to listen to your wife, or maybe to have time for your kids, because daddy was probably distressed or did not really have time with us, or was not very friendly, because there is things maybe he kept for himself or was struggling with. So we are in the next day, fails to we'll see he'll not be very productive that day. That will obviously affect the output, like his work. Over time, we'll see a decline, because now this will build a day, then it will become a week, then the fatigue goes on, then there comes the presentism. The man is there but is at their desk but still not there. They are not able to concentrate. There will be issues. Then the lack of sleep continues. The detachment continues with our work. Over time, we'll see men who are being maybe getting fired, or maybe being asked to take a step, or maybe when they would have accelerated in their, let's say, careers like promotion, we see them stagnating. And this explains why we are seeing women doing very well in their careers. Let's say after 2 years, she's promoted.
Yeah.
After 3 years, she's into this. And we'll say they are doing some other things in the office, but that is not true. It's also because men are somehow misplaced. I mean, not very aligned in their professions. Maybe they are doing it out of obligation to meet the bills and all that. So over time, this fails to be satisfying. Then we are also talking about the delaying of asking for help that comes as a ripple effect to their whole productivity, socially, and all other spheres of that man.
All right. In 1 minute, because I'm being reminded we need to wrap up. In a minute, talk to this man, and this evening they feel ashamed and they are struggling. And what would you say to him?
I will say, for anyone out there who is feeling ashamed for struggling, seeking help and being vulnerable is not weakness. Seeking help is being courageous. It is not a lack of faith. It's not a betrayal of your faith. It is actually taking stewardship of your own life. And in the sector that I work in the rehabilitation sector, I see a lot of miracles daily. But they all begin with a vulnerable sentence. I need help. This is the beginning of healing.
Right.
Yes.
All right. And to you, I think you can talk to us in terms of the one simple first step that this man who is watching, who is listening, who is following us this evening, what is that one step that they should take toward healing?
Acknowledging I have a problem, and then saying I need help. Some of the problems they are having, or we are having as men, some of them do not need to be solved. The issue we have in our minds is that as a man, to feel in charge or in control, I need to solve something. I need to fix. Just like a boy fixes their toys, I need to fix something. And they have this whole idea. So they are like, if I share this with my wife, why am I delegating this role of fixing to her? But probably what you only need is just to share, because some problems are not to be fixed. They are just problems to be shared.
Thank you so very much. And thank you, gentlemen, for your time this evening. Thank you for sharing that which God has deposited in you. And may you continue with the amazing job that you are doing at Outspan Serenity Center in Nyeri. And for me, for the record, seeking help is not weakness. It is wisdom. And for the record, unexpressed pain does not die. It changes form. And also for the record, real strength is the courage to speak. And so this evening, remember, true strength is not staying silent. It is all about having the courage to speak, to feel, and also to seek help when you need it. Be strong enough to be vulnerable as well. And so, gentlemen, thank you so very much. It was an honor to have you on Men on Record this evening. And we are looking forward to continue helping men so that they can be the people that God has called them to be in their families, in their societies as well. And so thank you so much. And regards to everyone at Outspan Hospital, that is a Serenity Center in Nyeri. And allow God to continue using you, so that we can help as many men as possible, so that they can regain their rightful position in the society. And so asanteni sana.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Na mnaelekea Nyeri? Sawa.
Tutajua.
Utajua sio? Yeah, so thank you so very much as well, even for tuning in to today's episode of Men on Record. We were talking about men and mental health, and today's episode was brought to you by Outspan Serenity Center Nyeri. And remember, they offer intensive outpatient, standard outpatient, and inpatient residential programs. They do accept SHA, insurance, and cash payments, and so you can reach them on 0741 354 732, or you can visit their website www.outspanhospital.org. Outspan Serenity Center, providing holistic mental health solutions. We will be having a repeat of today's program tomorrow, Saturday, from 6 p.m. That is on Hope TV. And so if you have skipped, if you have missed, make sure to tune in, and you can tell someone also to tune in for that repeat. You can also go back to our YouTube page and have a listen to what we were able to discuss this evening. On behalf of everyone who has made today's production a success, it's an amazing, amazing team. We just want to wish you a blessed and a fruitful weekend ahead. I've been your host. My name is George Gishoro. This has been Men on Record, for it is a man thing. Good night.